Out of tens of thousands of Minecraft speedrunners who compete against each other every single day, only a very small fraction can reach a rank as prestigious as Netherite. Achieved when you cross the 2000 elo barrier, this is a rank that shows mastery of Minecraft knowledge, in-game mechanics, and decision making. And after 2 months of the 10th rank season starting, I found myself only a few games away from reaching that title, and I was going to do whatever it took to get there. So, I started up my stream, and nervously, I queued up my first game. Alright, it's time to queue up. I think it's time. Going into the first game, I knew getting an early win would be great to build up confidence for this whole session. It was a buried treasure seed, which was my weakest seed type, but I had done a lot of buried treasure practice recently, and I think it really paid off because I was able to play the beginning of the seed pretty well and enter ahead of my opponent when I'm used to otherwise. The bastion went pretty smoothly. However, the same cannot be said for the fortress. I got some stray blazes, which was great, but I had no clue where the blaze spawners were. Bro, what is this for? There was a decent stretch of time where I just wandered around the fortress looking for them, and I hesitated a lot because I was completely lost on where to go. I finally found one in a closed area, but valuable time was already lost, and I ended up only being ahead by a single second going into the stronghold. Due to this pressure, I made some major fumbles during this nab. I took longer than I should have scanning for the portal room, I couldn't get through a door, I lost 7 seconds and my lead entering the end, and as if it couldn't get bad enough, no, dude, just like that, to start the day off, I lost. If anyone knew how much momentum mattered to consistently win, it was me. A few weeks ago, I had a series of really bad sessions where I lost all type of momentum and went from 1870 all the way down to 1590. I was so close to Netherite, but was this the start of another session like that? Well, that's if I even lost. Surely they messed it up. Oh my god, they did. I knew that my opponent could have only sent that draw vote for one reason, and sure enough, I was right. Bang! Go. Let's go. I went into game 2 with blazing confidence. The fact that the seed type was something I'm more comfortable with also helped. But I definitely would have thought differently if I knew who I was playing. Silver, previous ranked playoff champion and one of the current best players in the world. And he's about to play me. I didn't even know I was able to queue him. See, I did not know this information because I have opponents off, so if I queue someone, I don't know who I'm playing during the whole game. To make it even worse, Silver got a chicken that I didn't get, so when I saw that he entered the nether really quick, I assumed that he got no food and killed fish, while Silver was already on the way to the bastion. He also played the bastion significantly better, which led to him having a 30-second gap over me entering the fortress. It's one thing to make back 30 seconds in general, but against Silver? Could I even do that? Well, luckily for me, I didn't have to think about that, because in my eyes, Silver was just another ranked player. Through better purling and terrain navigation, I was able to make up 14 seconds on Silver heading into the stronghold. Now, I had just one split left to make this upset happen. In that last game, I almost lost to me hesitating on where to go, but this time, I learned. The moment I got a spike to the left in the stronghold, I instantly sent it, while Silver took more time to scan, and ended up going mid. One of us chose the right path. Nice! Holy shit. What a beautiful comeback. Holy shit. No, that nav was task, bro. Like, holy shit. I just sent the insta-spike. Like, oh my god. I knew I had to, because I was behind. But like, wow. That was beautiful. I learned one valuable thing from this game. I learned how to enter a door. And the gold block doesn't matter, because it's bridge. Like, that's crazy. 26? Like, what? I want to see what my opponent did in the... Oh my god, it's silver! No way. Ah yes, 2 games away from Netherite, and I get my absolute best C-type, the Desert Temple. It seemed like this day was meant for me. I played this Desert Temple just about as well as I normally would. And so, even though I lost a couple of seconds in the Bastion split due to bad routing, I still had a sizable lead from that overworld. I got lost trying to find the blaze spawners again, which lost me a little bit more time, but even then I was still fine. It was during the blaze spawner split where I made my biggest mistake. This pearl. Okay, at first glance, it might be hard to tell why that pearl was such a massive blunder on my part, so let me break this down. The idea of what I was doing was good. See, after you've thrown Eyes of Ender, you have the direction of the stronghold, so while waiting for blazes to spawn, you can throw a pearl in that direction and delay its landing by lowering your render distance, which you can then increase to unhang the pearl once you've gone your last blaze rod. Easy time save. The issue was that I had no idea where this pearl was going to land. My opponent was more methodical and aimed at Terrain Pearl, which was perfectly at the stronghold location. Guess where I landed? Yep, in the middle of a lava ocean. Just like that, I lost the entire lead that I had built, just from a single moment where I let my guard down. This is Minecraft speedrunning at the top level. One slight oversight, and that's your game. No, I just fucked up going to chords. Wow. Fuck. Whatever. As much as this sucked, I knew that this was only going to make victory taste that much sweeter. Fortunately for me, Game 4 was much more of a breeze compared to Game 3. Not even necessarily because I played better than my opponent, it's because this happened to them.
Well then.
It definitely feels worse winning off of capitalizing on my opponent's death compared to raw speed, but considering the tough loss from the last one, I was more relieved than anything. I played pretty relaxed for the second half of the seed after realizing my opponent died, so I needed to lock back in Game 5 if I wanted to keep winning. Sure. It started off very close with me and my opponent only being 2 seconds apart entering the Bastion, but that was about to change. How are you already? I was genuinely lost when I saw that my opponent had already entered the fortress when I hadn't even left the Bastion. Little did I know that the way I lost this much time was pretty subtle. What happened was that the piglin trades and chests ended up giving 19 obsidian and very little string, so we were both pretty much forced to go down to the lower part of this bastion and get gold blocks. On average, you only need 1 gold block to get the 20th obsidian, but I wanted to get extra gold blocks to get string for beds, so I got 7 gold blocks, which was apparently overkill because my opponent got 3. And as you can see, halfway through my trades, I had enough for 6 beds, and all that extra gold that I got was basically for nothing, which led to me losing a brutal amount of time. I actually made up some good time throughout the fort split and getting into the stronghold, but it was simply too much to make up. Oh, what? How did they get to the fort so fast? What? I don't get it. No, I actually just don't get it. They just had a 40-second gap, and like, from what? I don't... You can probably tell that I was really frustrated with this loss, and unfortunately, I let it carry over to the next game. Everything seemed to be going fine in the overworld, until I did this. Dude, like what? Ow! Oh, this game is so troll, bro. I blame the game for what happened here, but looking back, it's really obvious that I just misplaced my water. Maybe because my frustration with the last game threw me off and I wasn't as focused. Either way, this was a major time loss and I had to play the seat behind the entire time. I ultimately won, but it wasn't because I made up time or because I was faster. It was just because my opponent died. Sure, a win's a win, but I really couldn't feel much for a win I didn't feel like I earned. Okay. Opponent just died in the Bastion. I got off pretty easy this seed, but it was going to be very clear that that was not going to be the case for this next one.
There are plenty of talented runners that have signed up to play, but one name sticks out amongst the rest. Aquacord. Aquacord is a top-level player who is way ahead of the curve when it comes to learning and optimizing new strategies.
So for some reason I had to fight 2 raid bosses to get to Netherite, and if you thought Silver was good, this is what happened last time they faced each other in playoffs.
I think it's 4. Does he really only have 4 explosives?
This was match point for Aquacord and Silver wasn't too far behind. He had to hit the 0 cycle to win. Most runners here wouldn't even consider going to Y99 on 4 beds, but Aquacord isn't most runners.
Damage! But he maybe
has to pull a lot! Oh my god! Oh my god!
And just like the game with Silver, I had no idea. I played this village overworld really well and had a comfortable lead, but it made me even more oblivious to the fact that I was playing someone like Aquacord. The bastion that the seed gave us was a stables, easily the most complicated of them all, as it has by far the most variation out of any bastion. Basically, bad news for me, because if there was any bastion Aquacord could outsmart me in, it was this one. In fact, halfway through this split, he had one thing that I didn't have. Obsidian. Another thing I didn't mention about stables is that it has an incredibly high amount of chests. I looted a triple chest before starting my route, but unfortunately for me, I didn't pay attention to the fact that none of these chests had obsidian, while Aquacord did. So, he looted more chests to make sure that he got some before starting his route, and it led to him being able to leave light years ahead because he didn't have to wait for as many piglin trades. And in the end, well, it wasn't even close. Oh my god, man. Whatever, I lost. Like, these last few games were really starting to take a toll on me. It wasn't even about the losses or the elo, really. I mean, I'm still positive on the day. It was that I was starting to doubt my own capability as a player. Seriously, thinking about it now, this seed, I just got completely gapped. The game before, I was behind and I only won because my opponent died. The game before that, I got destroyed. Take another look at the game before that, my opponent died in the fortress. Do you see the pattern here? This was all I thought about as I queued up for the next game. Do I even deserve Netherite? I couldn't keep asking myself this question, because what I wanted to do was answer it. Oh my god, how did it... Dude, oh, I had the perfect line, man. God. I was in complete disbelief. I really wanted to redeem myself after the last couple of games, and I wanted to channel that into this one, to prove to myself that I really did deserve Netherite. And in the process, I went as fast as I possibly could, faster than my mind could comprehend. So when I missed a click trying to craft a bucket, I didn't catch it and made shears instead. meaning that I had to reset the whole world. Things were starting to look grim, and I wanted to think about what this meant. But I did not get a chance to think, because what I saw, I could not have predicted. No way. Oh my god. Despite my opponent dying, my reset set me back far enough to where my opponent was still ahead entering the bastion. But if I locked in, this was salvageable. Oh! Scary. Nice. This win felt somewhat sweet. I had just made what was by far the worst mistake this session and came back from it. But sweet is the second half of the word bittersweet, and I reminded myself that I still had to get lucky with my opponent dying to even have a chance at winning. Some part of me just didn't fully feel satisfied. And so I continued to push myself even harder the next game, getting frustrated at minor time losses that didn't really matter. Dude, spotting out on pigs, bro. Ironically, as if it was a message from above, just like the last game, me getting too ahead of myself was what made me pay the ultimate price. No! What? Talk about the worst mistake of the session. Damn. I mean, this one was way worse. I hadn't even started making the portal when I had to reset last game, but here I am about to enter the bastion and losing everything in lava. As I meet my inevitable death, you can see me pause my game in disbelief. But if you look closely, there is one button missing from the title screen, which I hovered over for a moment. The forfeit button. The button that tells the game that you're done. You don't want to keep going anymore. The button that signifies you telling the game that you lose. When I saw that past me remove this button to prevent myself from forfeiting, I couldn't help but smile as I reset this world. Oh, well, that's my first death. Because everyone dies. At some point, everyone has to go through these horrible situations. It's how I deal with these circumstances that define me more than any number can portray on a damn screen. I need to get more wood, because I think I need more blocks for that route. Looking back to 4 seasons ago, I realized that how I got to this point wasn't just that I got more consistent or faster. Greater than all, it was resilience. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, like how do I get over there? That's tough. speedrunning glowstone or something. Oh yeah. They sent the Dravo, so I should go for movements. Okay, that was reset. It's fine. Oh my god, if I messed that up, I actually would have cried. Oh, dude. I'm actually getting so lucky. Okay. Wow. Most runners would probably talk about their fastest time as their crowning achievement, but I am honestly really proud of this run. Because despite me dying in a really stupid way and being at my lowest, I won by simply not letting it get to me. And having this attitude going into the next game was also huge, since I had to play Aquacord again. Yikes. I'm not gonna get too into this game because honestly what Aquacord did to me could probably be categorized as terrorism. But what mattered was that after I found out that I played him, I thought that it was chill to lose to someone who was 2500 level. I just had to lock in with 2 wins away from hitting Netherite. And locked in I was. This game just started and I was faced with a major dilemma. There was a forest far away from the nether entry, and if I wanted all of the wood that I needed for the run, I would have to go there. However, there were 2 small trees that I could get that were much closer, and if I spawned in a nether forest biome, I would save a lot of travel time. But if that didn't happen, I could lose the run on the spot. Even with knowing the risk, I knew what choice I was going to make. Saying that this decision paid off is quite the understatement. I was able to use this momentum to completely breeze through this seed. My opponent saved a lot of time getting to the stronghold, which did worry me, but good thing I just have the ability to save 25 seconds getting to the portal room. Oh my god, I hit that. Holy shit. Holy shit, that was cold. I can't even begin to describe how good this win felt to me. The fastest time that I had gotten after 11 grueling games, as well as a back-to-back win after that game where I died? Are you kidding? I was actually so busy basking in these victories that it shocked me to see that I was now only 1 game away from achieving my goal. 2000 elo. Netherite. It was all in my grasp. Alright, one more. Come on. So close, it's so close. Come on. I believe in myself. Oh my god, temple again. Yes. And when I saw that the game had blessed me with a desert temple seed, dude, I couldn't let myself down. There seemed to be no gravel on this seed, meaning that we had to woodlight, which most runners wouldn't look forward to due to RNG. But I was. Why? Well, say hi to logs. You see, logs have 4 times lower burn odds compared to planks, meaning that if a log and a plank caught on fire, the log would almost certainly keep that fire longer than the plank. So if a log catches on fire, it's almost certain that it will spread into your portal. So I knew this was going to be an advantage for me. Nice! Oh my god, yes. And if I knew one thing about myself, it's that once I have an early lead, I don't let off the gas. Hey, so remember those first few games where I lost a lot of time trying to find a spawner? Well, let's just say it was quite the opposite this time around. And before I knew it, the only thing separating me and the highest rank in Minecraft speedrunning was a 20-block bridge and a 0 cycle. my god. Woo! Let's go. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh. Yes! Oh my god. Let's fucking go. Oh my god. Yes! Netherite! Let's fucking go. I'm in the bourgeoisie. That's how I did it. And that's how anyone can do it. Because this journey to Netherite has taught me that it's so much more than just about being faster than your opponent. It's about learning from how you lost time in one game and then using that to win in another. It's about making split-second decisions that win you entire games. It's about keeping yourself strong after dying in a really humiliating way. That's how I got here. That's why this title means so much to me.